too. It's so shiny. Look at it. It's a bit of a cherry-picked map as well, to be fair. It's not what I'm actually running, but it's a very fun experience, to be fair. What you're looking at is a... how's it called? A RF Explode Elementalist, essentially. And it can, I mean, depending on pack size and everything, this can explode screens away, and that's really, really interesting, I find. It's not even that good of a build, to be fair, especially considering the investment. I think we're looking at like 30 or 40 divines. For that, it's really not that good. And I can easily die in between. But as said, it's really funny, and it's a build I more or less copied from a few people like jungroan and Allie, I think she's called. That's where I got the idea from, and I just set it up. I said it's not that perfect, but it's just a lot of fun. And I used the build to do most of the challenges, actually. I'm going to show you in a second. And yeah, this is roughly gameplay here. And yeah, it just explodes screens. I mean, to be fair, this is like really fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, there's a big monster. And yeah, that's what I've been doing, honestly. I mean, I did a lot of other things as well. I'm going to show you in other videos, but yeah, that's like really interesting, I find. So yeah, that's roughly the build, I would say. That's how it looks like. I can actually show you in a more normal map that isn't like super crazy. If I look for like a rolled map, I don't know what this one has. Maybe it has like some bad stuff. And I'm using, or what you just saw is I used growing hordes with like way too expensive scarabs and stuff. This is like a more normal thing on a non-delirious map. Sometimes I get these, how's it called, these other things at the mirror, most of the time actually. But yeah, that's like a bit more normal gameplay, I would say. Just less cherry-picked, you know. But it's not so much about what it can do and if it's super overpowered. I just wanted to share this one because I believe people could have a lot of fun with this build, because I do, because it's just pretty, honestly. It looks nice, it looks funny, and you just walk around. You have almost no buttons. Is it killing me? Can you die? Nice. I have almost no buttons, and that's like perfect for challenges, to be fair. When you have to, like your objective is, hey, click 750 altars, then yeah, it's kind of interesting to me to not click that much. And it's end of the league. Oh, I got a shrine. That's also really funny if you get that. You can walk really fast. That's really good. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. Probably enough gameplay for now, right? I think you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Let's talk about it for a second. What this is. What I've been doing is, like, I almost finished challenges, and I'm on my way to finish actually possibly my first 40 out of 40, to be fair. Like, I still have to click some more red altars. I have to click way more red altars, or blue ones actually, than for this one. And then honestly, there's not much left. I can do either level 100, I can do Argus in the Labyrinth. I'm definitely not going to do the Ubers. And then the Ubers themselves are missing. But I mean, if I really want to 40-40 and I'm not interested in making a like Uber killing build, which isn't that hard, I already have an assassin anyway, so you can just set up something. You can also just buy this, right? You can just buy the challenge if you really wanted to, and in case I run out of time, I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, that's why this build exists, basically. So what is it? It's a RF Elementalist, which focuses a lot on exploding stuff. Like, it has a bunch of burn everything and explode everything AoE typey things. As said, the setup isn't all that great. It's a bit too squishy. It could use a few more million in DPS to be really, really good, but it does what it's supposed to do. I got a basic idea from jungroan. Saw a video about it. I mean, overall, it's not very special, right? It's a very known thing, probably. And also saw Allie do it for very early farming of, you know, this whole thing with the beasts and on top of Essence, so I wanted to try that anyway and see if some kind of RF thing is interesting. I also did, like I'm sure this is another video, but I did some hardcore SSF stuff with playing RF for the first time, and I really liked it for relaxed gameplay. Obviously I did a check there, so yeah. That's why this exists. I link you their guides. It's not going to be a guide. I link you my POB as well, but just keep in mind it's a bit wonky, and it's like 30 or 40 divines deep into it. So it's I don't know if it's worth it. It's definitely fun. That's what I'm saying, right? So how this entire thing works is you obviously have your fire trap for single target. You have your RF for clearing. Essentially, I'm almost never pressing fire trap, to be fair, outside of bosses, and in case I rolled something really bad on the altars and everything has like a billion fire rest, and sometimes do. Most of the time, if I hit something more tanky in maps, like in clearing, like rares or something, I just press flammability. That's already it. It's faster than fire trap because it has no delay, and then it just explodes everything. But most of the time it's a walking simulator, right? Some blood rage on top for like frenzy charges. The core of this whole thing is to have multiple sources of like explosion, burn everything. Main part is obviously Orif's End, very expensive flask. That one gives you essentially explosion and kill, which is really cool. You have Legacy of Fury, which makes that like corpses of enemies are burning everything around it, so you leave like a huge pile of burn everything, which is really comfy for all these monsters that spawn later, right? Or the stragglers you kinda missed, right? It's really good. Like you explode a room and then there is like beyond spawning afterwards, or some of the altar monsters coming up way too late, or delirium stuff like spawning too late, and it just leaves a giant field of burn everything. That's really cool, like a super delayed damage. That's really cool without using fire trap even. So that's basically explode sources. On top of that, we still have, we have Herald of Ash as well. So that's also really helping. Overall, we have does inflict exposure on hit on our gloves. That's really important. So that solves exposure. We cover everything in ash if we ignite it with this thing here. It's pretty cool. Getting adrenaline from this one, by the way. In other sense, from the... Oh, it's not wrong. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Nice. We have, from the Ascendancy, we have this, everything gets ignited, right? We don't need ignite chance, and all our damage can ignite, which is really important for this flask, because it's like a random element, right? It's not always fire, but no matter what element it chooses, it can still ignite stuff. Which is cool. So we have that. Also same with shock, right? We also shock everything, so it takes like 15% more damage. Convergence, obviously, for like AoE, and on bosses it's 30% more damage. And our exposures are really good with this stuff. In terms of exposure, I think we also have this one, like even more exposure. Even though I'm not sure if the 100% damage with hits against ignited enemies is probably actually better. I don't know. Ideally, we would want a second fire cluster, but I don't have one. And somewhere here we have... Oh, there it is. Fan of Flames. So our ignites are even spreading, which is also really good. So that's basically like the offensive part of this whole thing. In terms of links and everything, we have our Righteous Fire, which is on overall like a 27... level 27 Righteous Fire, and our Fire Trap is level 26 in total. And I'm missing a +1 all here. And I think, no, I have Fire here. So like the whole plus everything, I get 2 from the weapon, 1 here, 1 here. On the helmet I also get AoE. There's like a +1. And a lot comes also from the links of this stuff here, like Awakened Focus gives you +1, and I believe Awakened Burning Damage also gives you +1. Other than that, we have Awakened Area of Effect, obviously, Awakened Swift Affliction, and some normal life tap, because I don't think there's an Awakened version of this. So yeah, lots of Awakened gems, everything very expensive, right? Not really worth it. And for Fire Trap, there's nothing too special. Life tap, Combustion, and we get 2 more skill thingies here from the helmet, even though I'm not sure if Immolate is even that great. But yeah, that's roughly that. I mean, that's the offensive part. In terms of defenses, let's talk a bit about that, how that works. We have a lot of armor, just baseline in this build. We have a bunch of life regeneration, obviously like no evasion, no energy shield or anything like that. We have a lot of maximum resistance here. I've seen people do like another +3 on the shield for fire, so they have like 90 fire res, which is crazy. A bunch of chaos res. I'm running an amethyst flask on top of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, we're immune to ignite and everything because we have. Let's talk about auras. We have determination, vitality, obviously Herald of Ash, and I'm running purity of elements, which is really cool. Malevolence on top. It's like I think I need an enlighten here, and I have allocated charisma, and I also have this. So yeah, it's pretty close with the auras. To be fair. Other than that, we have a Watcher's Eye with 12% fist taken as a fire damage in this case because of Purity of Elements, which is really cool. We also poison immune randomly, but it's more about the fist taken as Allie. We also have this rational doctrine thing. The implicits are really not great on this one, honestly, but it's more about the consecrated ground. Right, and whenever we stand still, we have consecrated ground, and that gives us obviously life regen and reduced curse effect. I even have double curse effect protection on my flasks, so they're not that great, but they do the trick. It's like curses are not really a big issue anymore. Then that, yeah, some more armor here as well. So if our flasks are up, it's pretty good. Obviously a quartz flask, so you can run through stuff. Brass dome, obviously very helpful in this whole scenario because it gives us like +5. It's a +5 one, which is really good. Other than that, I mean, on the rares, they're not that interesting. Other than that, I think we have this increased life regeneration rate, which is really helpful. I think it's cool to have one of these rolls somewhere on your gear. I showed the wand earlier before. It's like a +2 with fiery damage stuff. I think it even got a nice tree. Yeah, it got like 7% damage over time. And yeah, that's not helpful. And here I believe also we have a bit of fire damage here and another 3% fizz taken as fire damage. Yeah, helmet I showed already. This one isn't that great, to be fair, but it gives us dexterity. Death Rush for adrenaline, which is really, really good. Chaos Res. And this thing here, yeah, clusters are also not that special, to be fair. I got a bunch of Chaos Res in there. Other than that, it's like burning damage. It's AoE here, I believe. More burning damage. Sadist, which I don't think it's all that great, because you only get the Ignite and the Shock, I think. So it's like semi, whatever. We're immune to Corrupt the Blood. Stun immunity. These jewels are not that special, but they are kind of nice. They give me some damage. A bunch of life. And that's basically all that is there in this build. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. We can have a quick look at the links, like obviously Herald of Ash, Blood Rage for Frenzy Charges is really cool, makes you a bit quicker. You could also use Haste somehow, somewhere, and maybe drop in a different aura that makes you way faster, I think. Flammability as a curse, obviously. Fire Trap, Righteous Fire. I do have a Vitality with Arrogance, so it's actually here on life. That enables one of these things here. Where is it? Is it one of these? Oh, here. It gives another +1 to all resistances. Or all elemental resistances. Oh no, it's like the other one with the reserved life and mana. Where is that one? Did I drop that? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm supposed to have... Oh, here it is. +1 maximum elemental resist if you have reserved life and mana. Okay, it's still there. Ooh, lucky me. Yeah, some Molten Shell just on left click, which is not that bad. Purity, Malevolence, and Determination. Obviously the big auras, right, with the Enlightened support. You could get a level 4, I believe, and I think that would be... It might allow you to drop something else. Not entirely sure. Like, it would be better, I think. I feel like... Especially, oh no, that was the point. If you get a level 4, you don't need this life mastery anymore. Because without this life mastery, I can't cast flammability anymore. So yeah, ideally you get level 4, you save 1 skill point. That was the point. The rest is unique items, and that's all the skills anyway. So it's really not that much. Honestly, Flask are automated, so you just walk in circles, really, and explode stuff. Very, very interesting build, very funny. To be fair, I really like it. I posted my POB, as said, down in the description thingy, and I post you some guides, like Allie has a video, as said, jungroan was very, very good, and I post you the general Pohx website. It's like pohx.net, a bit weird, but it's, in case you've never heard of it, it's like the master of making guides for Righteous Fire. So like if you have way more questions about how to play Righteous Fire in general, how the mechanics work, then you can look there, and probably you're gonna be able to point out some mistakes I made, right? And how I could have made this way better, but I said it's good enough. It's just funny. It just explodes everything. Like that's really interesting. Like we can have a look at this map again. Let's not do this. Why can I not do this? What? Oh, it's this. It's just really funny, isn't it? I hope this map doesn't have bad mods. I don't know. I should have checked. We're also immune, by the way, to... oh no, it's a no-region map. Oh no. It's gonna be a great end for the video. We're just gonna run no-region, because why not? Obviously you wouldn't. Typically you wouldn't. And I died to this. Perfect. It's a very funny build. You can run Elemental Reflect, but for that, that's like really important actually. Here's my Frostblink. Oh yeah, by the way, there's like shield charge, fast attacks, life tap, Frostblink. Frostblink is level 1, or in this case it's actually level 2. If you have a higher Frostblink or a high Flame Dash, higher level, you're gonna one-shot yourself against Elemental Reflect. If you don't have that, then there's no issue. Like, even shield charge doesn't kill you in Elemental Reflect. But Frostblink, if it's high level, it will actually just murder you. So be a bit careful with that. It just really leave it level 1, and you're gonna be fine. No, I died. I wanted to end this with like a, I don't know, some mapping footage. Isn't that what you typically do? Like end stuff? Because it looks nice. And that's the whole point. There's like Fizz Reflect and nothing else. So we can just run this. Ideally. Perfect. So I hope you guys had like a good rest of the league. Honestly, we can take this. That's funny. It's gonna end very soon for me. I have a few more things I want to try. There's a few more things I have already tried. I just didn't show really yet. And I'm gonna do this in a few videos now. Show off some more stuff that I find interesting. And maybe it interests you as well. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna do this, I think, for a while. It's just very funny. I'm gonna get addicted to playing RF. Maybe I can just no longer play anything else. Oh, I need this actually. I get a lot of these. So yeah, that's just it. You can actually see if you find a room that explodes really far. Obviously you could use more AoE, by the way. Oh, there was like one of these juicy ones. Poof. That go really far into like a different room. Sometimes like 1 or 2 rooms ahead. Always depends a bit on, yeah, how much AoE you have, how close all the monsters are to each other. So yeah, that's that. Okay, I'm gonna stop now, and yeah, bye.